So we are going to be discussing here Dashboard 2.0 with X5. So as long as we have data in the system, which we can control that through other processes earlier on, we can set what fields are required, but any information that we get stored in the system can be displayed here on our Dashboards 2.0. And one of my favorite parts about this is just how easy it can be to navigate all of our features. So for example, I built this dashboard relatively quickly to show us a pie chart. And I don't have any filters applied here. So this is all of our work orders in the system. And we can very quickly see, it looks like about 52% of our work orders here are preventive. It's about 3.7 thousand apparently. And if I click on that, we'll notice that that has immediately filtered our data on the right-hand side of the screen. And a common question we get about this is how well this works with multiple sites. And if you only have access to one site, well, that's all you're going to see. But right now, I'm actually looking up here at the United States. It's a grouping of sites. If I switch back over to corrective, you'll notice that we actually have two different work orders that are number one. One from our car rentals site, one from our site 3. So we can see the data all displaying here directly, but this is entirely interactive. I can go ahead, again, we're currently just showing our corrective work orders, but if I double click on my pie chart here, now it is drilling down into our pie chart and showing us that of all of our corrective work orders that we have, 1.3 thousand or 86% of them are in new status. Looks like about 7% of them are in progress. And if I go ahead and select that, we can continue filtering our data. I can drill in and now I can see within the departments, and it looks like about 1% of those, or a single work order, is in the facilities department, and the rest don't have a department attached to them. And this is great if these are the questions that you're always asking, and if you're always wanting to drill through in the same direction, we can gather our data. And personally, if I were going to do this on my own account, I would have put my pie chart on one screen, and I would have used a separate tab to go into my more detail, because as you'll see here, I have to scroll quite a ways because I just put as many fields as I could think of to display on here. And the way that works is we have another tab up here with filters. So if you don't want to drill through the work order type into the job status, into the department, here we can build a set list of filters that we're allowed to use. And I can say, let's just take a look at this rentals department. And I could put a filter for a certain date range between, in this case, January 14th and February 20th, a couple years apart. I'm not applying that. Otherwise, I could just use different filters and say, select a certain month. So you don't have to always choose two dates and navigate around. Just say, I want to see all of May of 2022. I don't have a lot of data in those months though either, so I'm going to leave that all off right now. But I do have my filter on the Department of Rentals. And now if I come back to my data tab, which I got to rename all of these tabs, all of our numbers have changed. So now we're just looking at those rentals work orders. And if you really want to go into more detail, you can just go ahead and select an individual work order, figure out what's going on with this one. And in another tab here, it's going to pop me directly into the work order. I can investigate it and potentially correct any errors that might have been discovered using those dashboards. This is just one example of a dashboard that can be put in, but by using these dashboards, we could have 2 or 3 different options, and frankly, that should get most management anything that they need to find on a regular basis without really having to teach them too much in the in-depth software for how to navigate and find records on their own.